Right. Keep it here for a minute. What's good though? It's been a minute. New year. Actually, no, we did a couple streams already this year as I adjust my mic. Sorry for the extra noise. I didn't know if it'll pick it up, but nah, fam. We're doing this game again. We only did, I think, the first act in the first part. Last time we tried to do this, then I dropped it. But we're on PS5 now, so higher quality. And I'm actually going to be trying with different voices. I mean, I was last time, but we're going to give them different voices. And hopefully it works out. Try to find my range. This game is not suitable for children who are easily disturbed. That's kind of facts. Alright. Okay. Just a little bit more chat. Hold on. Alrighty. Let's get this thing going. Individuals suffering from anxiety or depression may not have a positive experience playing this game. Also facts. Be aware of yourself. If it's too much, head out. Would you like to review detailed content warnings, which contain spoilers? No! By playing Doki Doki Literature Club, you agree that you have noted the game's age rating in your region and you consent to the exposure of highly disturbing content. I agree. I don't even know what this game is rated. Is it M for mature in America? No. No way. We agree. One watching. What's up? Let's go settings. The music is tight fucking loud. Alright, we got that set. Text speed was fine. Auto forward time. Please don't auto forward. Dialogue box size. It's fine how it was. Enable content warnings. No. I'm pretty sure I'll do fine remembering when it gets graphic. So. Language English. I was about to say if there's a voice act language. Skip unseen text. Skip after choices. I don't know what those are. Let's not do those. What do I have for load games? Nothing. That makes sense. New console. New version of the game. Alright, time to figure out some voices as we go along. I don't have a plan except for pink hair over there. What I'm gonna do. And myself, I'm just gonna read normally. Let's do it. It's kind of nerve-wracking, not gonna lie. Enter my name. Coffee! Yeah? Yeah, I think we'll go coffee. Ah, shit. First voice. Okay. What do I want to do? Hey! I see an annoying girl running toward me from the distance, waving her arms in the air like she's totally oblivious to any attention she might draw to herself. That girl is Sayori, my neighbor, and good friend since we were children. You know, the kind of friend you never see yourself making today, but it just kind of works out because you've known each other for so long. We used to walk to school together on days like this. But starting around high school, she would oversleep more and more frequently, and I would get tired of waiting up. I'm really struggling to read right now. But if she's going to chase after me like this, I almost feel better running away. However, I just sigh and idle in front of the crosswalk and let Sayori catch up to me. I overslept again! But I caught you this time! Maybe, but only because I decided to stop and wait for you. Eh? You say that you like... You say that like you were thinking about ignoring me. That's mean. Well, if people stare at you for acting weird, then I don't want them to think that we're a couple or something. Fine, fine. But you did wait for me after all. I guess you don't have to... I guess you don't have it in you to be mean even if you want to. Whatever you say. We cross the street together and make our way to school. As we draw near, the streets become increasingly speckled with other students making their daily commute. By the way, have you decided on a club to join yet? A club? I told you already, I'm not interested in joining clubs. I haven't been looking either. That's not true. You told me you'd join a club this year. Did I? I'm sure it's possible that I did in one of our many conversations where I dismissively go along with whatever she's going on about. Sayori likes to worry about a little too much about me when I'm perfectly content just getting by on the average while spending my free time on games and anime. Facts. Uh-huh. I was talking about how I'm worried that you won't learn how to socialize or have any skills before college. Your happiness is really important to me, you know. And I know you're happy now, but I'd die at the thought of you becoming a NEET in a few years because you're not used to the field. You trust me, right? Don't make me keep worrying about you. Alright. I'll look into a few clubs if it makes you happy. No promises, though. Will you at least promise me you'll try a little? Yeah, I guess I'll promise you that. Yay! Why do I let myself get lectured by such a carefree girl? More than that, I'm surprised I even let myself relent to her. I guess seeing her worry so much makes me want to ease her mind at least a little bit, even if she does exaggerate everything inside her head. The school day is as ordinary as ever, and it's over before I know it. After I pack up my things, I stare blankly at the wall, looking for an ounce of motivation. Clubs. Sayori wants me to check out some clubs. I guess I have no choice but to start with the anime club. Hello? Sayori? Sayori must have come into the classroom while I was spacing out. I look around and realize that I'm the only one left in the classroom. I thought I'd catch you coming out of the classroom, but I saw you were just sitting here spacing out, so I came in. Honestly, you're even worse than me sometimes. I'm impressed. You don't need to wait up for me if it's going to make you late to your own club. Well, I thought you might need some encouragement, so I thought, you know. You know what? Well, that you can come to my club. Sayori? Yeah? There's no way I'm going to your club. Mimi! Sayori is vice president of the literature club. Not that I was ever aware she had any interest in literature. In fact, I'm 99% sure she only did it because she thought it'd be fun to help start a new club. Since she was the first one to show interest, after the one who proposed the club, she inherited the title vice president. That said, my interest in literature is guaranteed to be even less. Yeah, I'm going to the anime club. Come on, please! Why do you care so much anyway? Well, I kinda told the club yesterday I would bring a new member. And Natsuki made cupcakes and everything. Don't make promises you can't keep. I can't tell if Sayori is really that much of an airhead or if she's so cunning as to have planned out all of this. I let out a long sigh. Probably should have just sighed there. Fine. I'll stop by for a cupcake, okay? Yes! Let's go! My voice is cracking on the stuff that I get, like, the high notes. It just cracked right there. That's disturbing, honestly. And thus, today marks the day I sold my soul for a cupcake. But who wouldn't? I dejectedly followed Sayori across the school and upstairs, a section of the school I rarely visit. Sayori, full of energy, swings open the classroom door. Everyone, the new member is here. This is the new member. Imagine. I told you, don't call me a new... I glanced around the room. Welcome to the Literature Club. It's a pleasure to meet you. Sayori always says nice things about you. Seriously? You brought a boy? Way to kill the atmosphere. Ah, coffee! What a nice surprise! Listen, I'm probably gonna have to find a better voice for Monica. But I ran out. I think I ran out of voices. Not the again. Yeah, I mean, I know not this again. We're running it back though. Monica's voice was pretty frightening. I'm not gonna cap. That was pretty bad. I don't got one for her though. She's like the one I couldn't think of. Legit the only one I couldn't think of. Whatever. We'll keep going with some scuffed ass voice. Are you playing this by yourself? We should be on Discord again. Nah, we're here. Join a PlayStation party and then you can be Monica. That'll help so much. Hold on, we're gonna take a pause right here. I'll invite you. Okay, I'll invite you to a party. Hold on. Okay, we are gonna take a pause right here, and let me before it goes on without us. Let's just All right, let's wait for. See if it goes back. We've summoned Sierra. All right, let's wait for. Oh no.
Can you hear yourself?
Yes, I can. Yes, please, Jordan. Let us know. It'll definitely be delayed. But.
Alright, I can hear myself.
Oh, does it have to be delayed? I can hold on. We're gonna. I don't have to. I can share. I think I can share play too.
But I can't stay on this long.
Oh, you can't even. Okay. All right. Well, we'll just go with the delay.
But I'm gonna play the part.
Okay.
I'm gonna play the part. Why can't I? Motherfucker. I don't know why it's like this.
Right now, you're girl 3.
I'm girl 3.
Mm-hmm. And then it'll switch to Monica.
Which one is that?
Far left.
Oh.
No swearing. Hey, we swear if the game swears.
Who said no swearing?
The homie Jeros. What's up?
Did I cuss? I might have cussed.
No, I don't think so. I think he's just...
Ah, coffee. What a nice surprise. Did I do it? Michael, you gotta.
I gotta switch it when. Okay, I guess I gotta just switch.
Welcome to the club.
All words escape me in this situation. This club is full of incredibly cute girls. What are you looking at? If you want us to say something, say it. Sorry. Natsuki. The girl with the sour attitude, whose name is apparently Natsuki, is one I don't recognize. Her small figure makes her look like a first-year student. She's also the one who made cupcakes, according to Sayori. You can just ignore her when she gets moody. Sayori says that quietly into my ear. Oh, I did not say that quietly. That seems like something they should put first. And turns back to the other girls. Anyway, this is Natsuki, always full of energy. And this is Yuri, the smartest in the club. Don't say things like that. I think I've changed Yuri's voice like 3 times. Which is kinda sus. She's a shapeshifter. Yuri, who appears comparably more mature and timid, seems to have a hard time keeping up with people like Sayori and Natsuki. Does she have to dip? Sierra? Oh no. You're just apologizing for... well, it's nice to meet both of you. And it sounds like you already know Monica. Is that right?
This is my part. Hold on, I'm waiting. Am I Monica?
Mm-hmm.
That's right. Why am I this crazy bitch?
Because I could voice act the other two, but I don't have.
Sorry, I started cussing again. Sorry. Oh my god, Monica smiles sweetly.
Yep, Monica does indeed smile sweetly. What the hell? Lint in my pants? Come on, man. We do know each other. Well, we rarely talked, but we were in the same class last year. Monica was probably the most popular girl in class. Smart, beautiful, athletic. Basically completely out of my league. Facts. So having her smile at me so genuinely feels a little, You too, Monica. Come, sit down. We made room for you at the table so you can sit next to me or Monica. I'll get the cupcakes. Hey, I made them. I'll get them. Sorry, I got a little too excited. Then how about I make some tea as well? The girls have a few desks arranged to form a table. As Sayori mentioned, it's been widened so that there is one space next to Monica and one space next to Sayori. Natsuki and Yuri walk over to the corner of the room where Natsuki grabs a wrapped tray and Yuri opens the closet. Still feeling awkward, I take a seat next to Sayori. Natsuki proudly marches back to the table, tray in hand. Okay, are you ready? Ta-da! What? Sayori lifts the... That was a bad ta-da. Natsuki lifts the foil off the tray to reveal a dozen white, fluffy cupcakes decorated to look like cats. The whiskers are drawn with icing, and little pieces of chocolate were used to make ears. So cute!
I'm trying my best. I had no idea you were so good at baking, Natsuki.
Well, you know.
I'm sorry. Go.
Just hurry and take one. Sayori grabs the first one, then Monica. I follow. It's delicious. Sayori walks with her mouth full and already has managed to get icing on her face. I turn the cupcake around in my fingers, looking for the best angle to take a bite. Natsuki's quiet. I can't help but notice her sneaking glances in my direction. Is she waiting for me to take a bite? I finally bite down. The icing is sweet and full of flavor. I wonder if she made it herself. This is really good. Thanks, Natsuki. Why are you thanking me? It's not like haven't I heard this somewhere before? Made them for you or anything. I thought you technically did. Sayori said, well, maybe, but not for you, you know. Dummy. Alright. I give up on Natsuki's weird logic and dismiss the conversation. Yuri returns to the table carrying a set of tea. A tea set. A set of tea. Same shit. She carefully places the teacup in front of each of us before setting down the teapot next to the cupcake tray. You keep a whole tea set in this classroom? Don't worry, the teachers gave us permission. After all, doesn't a hot cup of tea help you enjoy a good book? I guess.
Michael, I gotta go.
Oh, okay.
I had fun. Are you doing this all night?
No! Huh?
Are you doing this all night?
Yeah, they're for a while.
Oh, okay. Then I'll come back.
Okay.
Bye.
I'll try my best to get a voice from Monica.
Okay.
Think of one. We're fucked! We're fucked! Oh my god! I don't have a voice for her. I can just do Sayori again. Sayori all over. Sayori Mark II. Don't let yourself get intimidated. Yuri's just trying to impress you. We'll do that. We'll do really, energetic, higher voice. Don't let yourself get intimidated. Yuri's just trying to impress you. That's not... Insulted, Yuri looks away. I mean, that, I believe you. Well, tea and reading might not be a pastime for me, but I at least enjoy tea. I'm glad. Yuri faintly smiles to herself in relief. Monica raises an eyebrow, then smiles at me. So, what made you consider the literature club? I was afraid of this question. Something tells me I shouldn't tell Monica that I was practically dragged here by Sayori. Well, I haven't joined any clubs yet, and Sayori seemed really happy here, so... It's okay, don't be embarrassed. We'll make sure you feel right at home, okay? As president of the literature club, it's my duty to make the club fun and exciting for everyone. Monica, I'm surprised. How did you decide to start your own club? You could probably be a board member for any of the major clubs. Weren't you a leader of debate club last year? Well, to be honest, I can't stand all the politics around the major clubs. Feels like nothing but arguing about the budget and publicity and how to prepare for events. I'd much rather take something I personally enjoy and make something special out of it. And if it encourages others to get into literature, then I'm fulfilling that dream. Monica really is a great leader. I forgot Sayori's voice. She just turned into Monica. Fuck. This is going to hell. This is going bad real quick. Yuri also nods in agreement. Then I'm surprised there aren't more people in the club yet. It must be hard to start a new club. You could put it that way. Not many people are interested in putting out all the effort to start something brand new. Especially when it's something that doesn't grab your attention, like literature. You have to work hard to convince people that you're both fun and worthwhile. Kind of like what I'm doing right now, but it's fine. But it makes the school events, like the festival, that much more important. I'm confident that we can all really grow this club before we graduate. Right, everyone? Yeah. We'll do our best. You know it. Everyone enthusiastically agrees. Such different girls, all interested in the same goal. Monica must have really worked hard to find these three. Maybe that's why they were all so delighted by the idea of a new member joining. Though I don't really know if I can keep up with their level of enthusiasm about literature. So, Coffee, what kinds of things do you like to read? Well, considering how little I've read these past few years, I don't really have a good way of answering that. Manga? Speaking of this, well, Natsuki's about to get really excited, so that's going to come to some interesting voice acting. Demon Slayer got really good. in Entertainment District. That manga's sick. I can't wait for the anime to catch up and finish eventually. But let's get to the end of Entertainment District first, because that's going to be a hell of a season. That's pretty damn good. I mutter quietly to myself, half joking. Natsuki's head suddenly perks up. It looks like she wants to say something, but she keeps quiet. Not much of a reader, I guess. Well, that can change. What am I saying? I spoke without thinking after seeing Yuri's sad smile. Anyway, what about you, Yuri? Well, let's see. Yuri traces the rim of her teacup with her fingers. My favorites are usually novels that build deep and complex fantasy worlds. The level of creativity and craftsmanship behind them is amazing to me. And telling a good story in such a foreign world is equally impressive. Yuri goes on, clearly passionate about her reading. She seems so reserved and timid since the moment I walked in, but it's obvious by the way her eyes light up that she finds her comfort in the world of books, not people. But you know, I like a lot of things. Like stories, with deep psychological elements usually immerse me as well. Isn't it amazing how a writer can so deliberately take advantage of your own lack of imagination to completely throw you for a loop? Anyway, I've been reading a lot of horror lately. Oh, I read a horror book once. I desperately grasp something I can relate to at the minimal level. At this rate, Yuri might as well be having a conversation with a rock. Really? I wouldn't have expected that, Yuri. For someone as gentle as you. I guess you could say that. But if a story makes me think, I really can't put it down. Surreal horror is often very successful at changing the way that you look at the world, if only for a brief moment. Ugh, I hate horror. Oh, why's that? Well, Natsuki's eyes dart over to me for a split second. Never mind. That's right, you usually write about cute things, don't you, Natsuki? What? What gives you that idea? You left a piece of scrap paper behind the last club meeting. Her voice is going all over the place. It's really hard to keep that high energy. Like, not keep the high energy, but to keep that high level. That's kind of just outside of what I can do easily. It looked like you were working on a poem called Don't Say It Out Loud. Give that back. Fine, fine. Your cupcakes, your poems. Everything you do is just so cute as you are. Sayori Siddles? Sayori slides up behind Natsuki and puts her hands on her shoulders. I'm not cute! Natsuki, you write your own poems? Oh, well, I guess sometimes. Why do you care? I think that's impressive. Why don't you share them sometime? No. Natsuki averts her eyes. You wouldn't like them. Not very confident writer yet. I understand how Natsuki feels. Sharing that level of writing takes more than just confidence. The truest form of writing is writing to oneself. You must be willing to open up to your readers, exposing your vulnerabilities and showing even the deepest reaches of your heart. Do you have writing experience too, Yuri? Maybe if you share some of your work, you can set an example and help Natsuki feel comfortable enough to share hers. That was choppy. Very choppy. I guess it's the same for Yuri. Oh, I wanted to read everyone's poems. We all sit in silence for a moment. Okay, I have an idea, everyone. Natsuki and Yuri look quizzically at Monika. Let's all go home and write a poem of our own. The next time we'll meet, we'll share them all with each other. That way, everyone is even. Yeah, let's do it! Plus, now that we have a new member, I think it will help us all get a little more comfortable with each other and strengthen the bond of the club. Isn't that right? Monika smiles warmly at me once again. Hold on. There's still one problem. What's that? Now that we're back to the original topic of me joining the club, I bluntly come forth with what's been on my mind the entire time. I never said I'd join the club. Sayori may have convinced me to stop by, but I never made any decision. I still have other clubs to look at, and, I lose my train of thought. All four girls stare back at me with dejected eyes. But... I'm sorry, I thought... Coffee. You all... I'm defenseless against these girls. How am I supposed to make a clear-headed decision when it's like this? That is, if writing poems is the price I need to pay in order to spend every day with these beautiful girls? Right. Okay, I've decided then. I'll join the literature club. One by one, the girls' eyes light up. Funny, because they all lit up at the same time. Yes! I'm so happy. Sayori wraps her arms around me, jumping up and down. Hey. You really did scare me for a moment. If you really just came for the cupcakes, I would have been super pissed. Then that makes it official. Welcome to the literature club. Thanks, I guess. Okay, everyone. I think with that, we can officially end today's meeting on a good note. Everyone remember tonight's assignment. Write a poem to bring to the next meeting so we can all share. Monica looks over at me once more. I look forward to seeing how you express yourself. Yeah. Can I really impress the class star Monica with my mediocre writing skills? I already feel the anxiety welling up inside me. Meanwhile, the girls continue to chit-chat as Yuri and Natsuki clean up their food. Hey, since we're already done here, do you want to walk home together? That's right, Sayori and I never walk home together anymore because she always stayed after school for clubs. Sure, might as well. Yay! With that, the two of us depart the clubroom and make our way home. The whole way, my mind wanders back and forth between our four girls. Sayori, Natsuki, Yuri, and of course, Monica. Will I really be happy spending every day after school in a club? Perhaps I'll have the chance to grow closer to one of them. Alright. I'll just need to make the most of my circumstances, and I'm sure good fortune will find me. Those are the words of a simp. It's tragic soul. Me in high school. And I guess that starts with writing a poem tonight. Poem! 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 Alright. Who we writing for? Who we writing for? I'm thinking the order on the screen, to be honest. Yeah. Sayori, Natsuki, Yuri. Although Natsuki and Yuri, they fight pretty quick, don't they? Fuck it, dude. We'll just do that order anyways. So wait, Natsuki likes cute things. Sayori's like dark. No. Yuri's dark shit. Yuri best girl. No! No! Natsuki with the deep voice. She's best girl. Alright. I don't know. She likes cute things but also fun things, right? That's Natsuki, so we can't do that one. Happy and sad. Fuck! Oh my god. Bunny. Alright, I guess we're going cute things. Natsuki best girl right now. Okay. Rainbow. That's some bullshit! Oh my god. Friends. Okay. We're going back to Sayori because I don't know how to write poems apparently. Happiness. Silly? Yes. Jump? Fuck! Okay. I'm really messing this thing up. This is like a 50-50 as to who it's going for. Natsuki's like super difficult to write as. Doki Doki Poetry Slam. You making fun of me? This PlayStation making fun of me? What kind of trophy is I'm fucking up this poem? Come on, man. Skipping. I probably should have just gone with melancholy. Sadness, yes, I know that one. Okay. We get it, romance. Entropy? That's like terrifying, isn't it? That's terrifying, isn't it? Anxiety? Oh, well, yeah, that makes sense. That was Yuri. It's like I just don't recognize the words for Sayori. Transfer of heat. Transfer of heat. What? Transfer of heat? I don't think I understand what you're talking about. What kind of physics major bullshit is this? Jumpy. I guess we're back on the Natsuki track. Okay. We're just going all cute things. Poof. Oh, bouncy. It said bouncy and I was automatically highlighting cheeks. Bouncy cheeks, imagine. Imagine. Feather. Oh, why? Just put cute. Get it out there. Twirl. And last one. Sparkle. And that was fucking Natsuki. Why does Natsuki have like just random words? Hi again. Glad to see you didn't run away on us. Nah, no worries. This might be a little strange for me, but I at least keep my word. Well, I'm back in the literature club. I was the last to come in, so everyone else is already hanging out. Thanks for keeping your promise. I hope this isn't too overwhelming of a commitment for you. Making you dive headfirst into literature when you're not accustomed to it. Oh, come on, like he deserves any slack. Sayori told me you didn't even want to join any clubs this year. And last year, too. I don't know if you plan just to come here and hang out or what. But if you don't take this seriously, then you won't see the end of it. Natsuki, you certainly have a big mouth for someone who keeps her manga collection in the club room. Natsuki finds herself stuck between saying Monica and manga. Entropy, the unavailability of systems' thermal energy for conversion to mechanically work. Oh, the unavailability of a system's thermal energy for conversion to mechanical to work. Thermal energy for conversion to mechanical. Okay. So it was some physics bullshit. Come on, man. Well, at least it wasn't bad. I thought it was like something really bad. I wonder what would have happened if we clicked entropy. It was probably a Yuri word. Monica and manga. Manga is literature. Swiftly defeated, Natsuki plops back into her seat. Don't worry, guys. Coffee, like, always gives it his best as long as he's having fun. He even helps me with busy work, even without me asking. Like cooking. Cleaning my room. Yuri likes science. It's a unit. Entropy's a unit? No. It's a bad thing. We're gonna stick with it being a bad thing. How dependable. Siri, that's because your room's so messy and just distracting. Like, and you almost set your house on fire once. Is that so? You two are really good friends, aren't you? I might be a little jealous. How come? You and Coffee can become good friends too. Sayori? As usual, Sayori seems oblivious to the weird situation she just put me into. Oh, Yuri even brought something today. You know? Wait, Sayori. Me? Not really. Don't be shy. It's really nothing. What is it? Never mind. Sayori made it sound like it was a big deal when it really is not. What did I do? Wait, did I say what did I do? Did I just use the wrong voice? No. I did. It was Yuri that said, okay. Pay attention to names. I'm sorry, Yuri, I wasn't thinking. I guess that means it's time for me to rescue this situation. Hey, don't worry about it. First of all, wasn't expecting anything in the first place. So any nice gesture from you is just a pleasant surprise. It'll make me happy no matter what. Is that so? Yeah, I won't make a big deal out of it if you don't want it to be. Alright. Well, here. Yuri reaches into her bag and pulls out a book. I didn't want you to feel left out. So I picked a book that I thought you might enjoy. It's a short read, so it should keep your attention, even if you don't usually read. And we could, discuss it if you wanted. How is this girl accidentally being so cute? These are some cringe, thought lines. I don't think I realized that the first time I played this. But her lines are, the lines of the MC just in his head, mad cringe. She even picked out a book she thinks I'll like, despite me not reading much. Yuri, thank you. I'll definitely read this. I enthusiastically take the book. Well, you can read at your own pace. I look forward to hearing what you think. Now that everyone's settled in, I expected Monica to kick off some scheduled activities for the club. But that doesn't seem to be the case. Sayori and Monica are having a cheery conversation in the corner. Yuri's face is already buried in a book. I can't help but notice her intense expression, like she was waiting for this chance. Meanwhile, Natsuki's rummaging around in the closet. Ugh! I'm sorry, that was a bad one. I hear Natsuki utter an exasperated sigh from within the closet. She seems to be annoyed by something. I approach her in case she needs a hand. You looking for something in here? Frickin' Monica. She never puts my stuff back in the right spot. What's the point of keeping your collection organized if someone else just gonna mess it up? Natsuki slides a bunch of stacked books and boxes across the shelf. Manga. You read manga, right? Sometimes. Manga is one of those things where you can't admit you're really into it until you figure out where the other person stands. How did you know anyway? I heard you bring it up at some point. Besides, it's kinda written on your face. What's that supposed to mean? I see. What is that supposed to mean? She's calling me a weeb. That's what she's doing. It's fucked up. You're not wrong, but it's fucked up. It's also on my hoodie that I'm wearing right now. It says, if it doesn't have to do with anime, video games, or food, then I don't care. That's what my hoodie says. There's a lone volume of manga amidst a stack of various books on the side of one of the shelves. Curious. I'll pull it out of the stack. There it is! Natsuki snatches it out of my hand. Then she turns to a box of manga, and slips the volume right in the middle of the rest. Ah, much better. Seeing a box with one book missing is probably the most irritating sight in the world. Yeah, feeling. I get a closer look at the box set she's admiring. Parfait Girls? It's a series I've never heard of in my life. That probably means it's either way out of my demographic or it's simply terrible. If you're gonna judge, you can go through the glass on the door. She'll probably pick me up and throw me with that voice. No cap. She points to the classroom door. Hey, I wasn't judging anything. I didn't even say anything. It was your tone of voice. But I'll tell you one thing. Consider this a lesson straight from the Literature Club. Don't judge a book by its cover. In fact, Natsuki pulls out the first volume of Parfait Girls from the box. I'm going to show you exactly why. She shoves the book right into my hands. Ah. I stare at the cover. It features 4 girls in colorful attire, striking animated feminine poses. It's exceedingly moe. Hit him with the moe cute. Don't just stand there. Natsuki grabs my arm and pulls me out of the closet. Then she takes a seat against the wall beneath the windowsills. She pats on the ground right next to her, signaling me to sit there. Wouldn't chairs be more comfortable? Take my seat. Chairs wouldn't work. We can't read at the same time like that. Oh, why's that? I guess it's easier to be closer like this. Don't just say that. You make me feel weird about it. Natsuki crosses her arms and scooches an inch away from me. Sorry. Didn't exactly expect to her either. Not that I can say it's a particularly bad thing. Facts. Got good old Natsuki, the man lady, demon voice. I open the book. It's only a few seconds before Natsuki once again inches closer, reclaiming the additional space where she hopes I wouldn't notice. I can feel her peering over my shoulder, much more eager to begin reading than I am. Wow, how long has it been since I read the beginning? You don't go back and flip through the older volumes every now and then? Not really. Maybe sometimes after I finish the series. Are you paying attention? I am, but nothing's really happened yet, so I can talk at the same time. Looks like it's a bunch of friends in high school. Typical slice of life. I kinda grew out of these since it's rare for the writing to be entertaining enough to make up for the lack of plot. True, dude. So, what should I expect from this? Is there going to be a plot? Well, obviously. You think I would enjoy something that didn't have plot? I mean, well, I guess I know what you're saying. A lot of the beginning is about simple things. Like there's a really funny chapter where they're obsessed with the guy at the ice cream shop. But that just helps you, get to know the characters. And besides, it's still entertaining. But later on, there's all kinds of drama. Like when they get into all their backstories and when some of the romance starts to happen. That's really what makes it so good. There aren't so many touching parts. Ah, is that so? Say there aren't or there are? There are so many touching parts. Sounds like you really know what you're talking about. Maybe I underestimated you. Hey, wait. What's that supposed to mean? Natsuki gives me a little shove. Oh, he probably got a fucking broken arm now. Ah, shit. That pushed me and shit. I just mean that I haven't yet seen you at your full power. Good save. Full power? She just broke my arm! This chapter seems like it's about baking. It's just a guess. There's a lot of baking in this manga. Well, Natsuki pauses for a moment as if she doesn't want to admit something. Yeah. Why does that matter? It doesn't, I was just curious. Since you enjoy baking too, right? That's just a coincidence. I just happened to get into baking around the same time I got this manga. Like I'd ever get into anything because it's in a manga. Feel bad for anyone that impressionable. Ha ha ha. Definitely not a coincidence. I guess that explains Natsuki's interest in baking. Still, all of the hobbies to pick up from a manga, definitely one of the better ones. I'll give her that, because from manga, I've gotten into volleyball, and then quit like after a week. Tutoring, which I'm still doing. Still doing that. That's good. I'm good at math, not literature. What else did I get into from just an anime in general? Fucking Boobs. Oh, booba. Not to mention she's really good at it, so who am I to judge? Moi moi. We read on for a few more minutes. I finished a couple chapters at this point. Are you sure this isn't boring for you? It's not. Even though you're just watching me read? Well, I'm fine with that. If you say so. Guess it's fun sharing something you like with someone else. I always get excited when I convince any of my friends to pick up a series I enjoy. You know what I mean? Hmm? You don't? That's not... Well, I wouldn't really know. What do you mean? You don't share your manga with your friends? Could you not rub it in? Jeez. Sorry. Like I could ever get my friends to read this. They just think manga's for kids. Can't even bring it up without them being all like, you still grown out of that? You still having a hard time reading this shit right now. Hey, you still haven't grown out of that yet? Makes me want to punch them in the face. I know those kinds of people. Honestly, it takes a lot of effort to find friends who don't judge, much less friends who are also into it. Facts, I got friends that don't judge. I got friends that judge, but I got friends that don't really judge, to me. And none of them really like anything that I have. Sad. I'm already kind of a loser, so I guess I gravitated toward the other losers over time. But it's probably harder for someone like you. Yeah, I guess that's pretty accurate. Wait, which part? I mean, I feel like I can't even keep it in my own room. I don't even know what my dad would do if he found this. At least it's safe here in the club room. Except Monica was kind of a jerk about it. Just can't win, can I? Well, it paid off in the end, didn't it? I mean, here I am, reading it. Well, it's not like that solves any of my problems. Maybe. But at least you're enjoying yourself, right? So? Jeez, that's enough. Gonna keep reading or what? Yeah. I flip the page. Suddenly, Natsuki starts laughing. Totally forgot that happens. Natsuki puts her finger in one of the panels. Minori is my favorite character. You always feel a little bad for her since she's so unlucky. It gets especially bad when, I shouldn't be talking about that yet. Just finish this chapter. Natsuki's voice sparkles with excitement. Was that sparkling excitement? I think so. It's a stark contrast to her usual bossy tone. But if she's not used to sharing her favorite manga with her friends, I can understand why. It's hard to express in words the feeling you get when connecting with someone like that. And being able to provide that to Natsuki, for whom it's a rare experience, the thought makes me smile a little bit to myself. Okay, everyone. Are you all ready with today's poems? Oh, come on. Could your timing be any worse? Sorry. Just need to make sure we have enough time. They do look pretty cozy over there. Natsuki suddenly notices how close she's gotten to me. She hastily slides herself a good 12 inches away from me. Alright, guess I'll stop here for now. I close the book and hand it towards Natsuki. You're just giving it back? You don't want to know what happens? Yeah, but... Monica just said... Don't be dumb. Take it home with you. Is that alright? I say that mostly because I didn't really plan to use my spare time to read this. Well, of course. It would take forever to finish it if you didn't take it home. Just finish that one before tomorrow, so we can start the next one. If it gets bent, I'll kill you. By tomorrow? I only got part way through the volume so far. I might fall behind on some shows if I try to get through this. It's not that hard to read a manga. I'm gonna tell you that right now. hour tops. You'll get through the whole thing. You can look at all the panels. But I suppose that's a necessary sacrifice in exchange for seeing Natsuki's enthusiastic face. Yes, it is. It's 40 minutes. You'll be fine. If you got partway through, probably going to take you 40 minutes, half hour. You'll be fine. You're set, Coffee. Trust. Or am I more scared about what happens if I don't finish it? Facts. She'll kill me. Alright then. I stand up. I return to where I put my stuff and carefully slip the book into my bag. By the way, did you remember to write a poem last night? Yeah? My relaxation ends. I can't believe I agreed to do something so embarrassing. I couldn't really find much inspiration, since I've never really done this before. Well, now that everyone's ready, why don't you find someone to share with? I can't wait. Sayori and Monica enthusiastically pull out their poems. Sayori's is on a wrinkled sheet of loose leaf torn from the spiral notebook. On the other hand, Monica wrote hers in a composition notebook. I can already see Monica's pristine handwriting from where I sit. Natsuki and Yuri reluctantly comply as well, reaching into their bags. I do the same myself. Who we gonna read the poem to first? I feel like we wrote it for Natsuki, so she has to kind of go last, right? Yeah? Let's go childhood friend first because, she got me into the club. Definitely most comfortable sharing with Sayori first. She's my good friend after all. Exactly what I'm thinking. Oh my goodness. This is so good. Huh? I love it. I had no idea you were such a good writer. Sayori? You must be seriously overreacting. I'm not a good writer. I honestly have no idea what I'm doing. Well, maybe that's why. Because I have no idea what I like either. Bruh. Struggled to write this shit for her. I think we wrote it for Natsuki in the end too. And she has no idea what she likes. Jeez. I'm sure Yuri's opinion has to be a little more constructive than this. Maybe even Natsuki's. Are you sure you don't like it just because I wrote it? Huh? I'm sure that's part of it. I think I understand you better than a lot of people, you know? So when I read your poem, it's not just a poem. It's a coffee poem. Facts. Coffee dub. And that makes it feel extra special. Like I can feel your feelings in it. Sayori hugs the sheet against her chest. You're so weird. I'm really just happy that you wrote one. It just reminds me how you're really a part of the club now. Not to mention the fact that I'm standing in front of you in the club room. Of course. Not really into it yet, but doesn't mean I'll break my promise. See? It's like I said before, Coffee. Deep down, you're not selfish at all, you know? Trying new things like this for other people, that's something that only really good people do. Thanks, Sayori. I'm not sure if Sayori sees the full picture of my motive here. Then again, can't deny that she's part of the reason I joined. Knowing how much this means to her and all. Yeah. I'm gonna make sure you have lots of fun here, okay? That will be my way of thanking you. Alright, I'm gonna hold you to that then. Yay! Now you read my poem too, right? Don't worry, I'm really bad at this. We'll see about that. Do I gotta voice act the poems? Why not? Dear Sunshine, the way you glow through my blinds in the morning makes me feel like you missed me. Kissing my forehead to help me out of bed, making me rub the sleepy from my eyes. Are you asking me to come out and play? Are you trusting me to wish away a rainy day? I look above, the sky is blue. It's a secret, but I trust you too. If it wasn't for you, I could sleep forever, but I'm not mad. I want breakfast. Sayori, it's just a guess, but... Did you wait until this morning to write this? No. Just a little bit? You can't answer just a little bit to a yes or no question. I forgot to do it last night. Well, that at least makes me feel a little better about myself. Don't be so mean. I still tried my best. Yeah. I didn't mean to say that it was a bad poem. came out nice, or how should I put it? It sounds just like you. Really? Yeah, especially that last line. You made eggs and toast, even though you were so late to school. It's bad to skip breakfast. I get all cranky. Well, I guess there's no point in arguing. Anyway, thanks for showing me. This was so much fun. Monica's the best. Yeah. Wait a minute. So I know, like, we know the end. Everyone in chat pretty much knows the end of this game. Why did Sayori just say Monica's the best? Wait a minute. Wait a minute. But next time, I won't forget. And I'm gonna write the best poem ever. Well, I guess I'll look forward to it. Who should I show my poem to next? Natsuki. Yes, we have to. You're your best girl? No. Natsuki. Okay, well, let's start with things I don't like. First of all, Natsuki rereads my poem. Never mind. I don't feel like giving you my opinion. Huh? Then what's the point of sharing in the first place? I wrote this when I could have been doing other things. In fact, remember how I said I wanted to read your poems? That's what I had in mind when writing this. I want to help you feel comfortable enough to share yours. Like Monica said. Well, I would be more comfortable sharing my poem if yours was really bad. But I suppose you were supposed to show me some dumb poem and make me go, ha! Well, it's not that great, but let me show you what real literature looks like. You went and ruined it. I hope you're happy. So in other words, you're saying you liked it? Natsuki's retort gets caught in her throat. You don't understand anything, do you? I already told you that. You don't have to go announcing it to the world. You're all self-important. Like you're all self-important. Pretty sure you never actually said that. I say that mostly to myself. Natsuki must really hate me or something. Can't figure out if it's a win or a loss that she liked my poem. In any case, you still need to show me yours, right? Fine, I guess. Only because Monica will make me if I don't. Eagles can fly. Monkeys can climb. Crickets can leap. Horses can race. Owls can seek. Cheetahs can run. Eagles can fly. People can try. That's about it. Yeah. Told you weren't gonna like it. I like it. What? Just be honest. I am. Why are you so convinced that I wouldn't like it? Whoa. Because everyone in high school thinks that writing has to be all sophisticated and stuff. So people don't even take my writing seriously. But isn't the point of poems for people to express themselves? Your writing style wouldn't make your message any less valid. I just full-on read everything as Natsuki. But isn't the point of poems for people to express themselves? Your writing style wouldn't make your message any less valid. Yes, exactly. I like it when it's easy to read, but it hits you hard. Like in this poem. Seeing everyone around you do great things can be really disheartening. So I decided to write a poem. Yeah, I understand. But the other nice thing about simple writing is that it puts more weight on wordplay. Like I set up for a rhyme at the end, but made it fall flat on purpose. Helps bring out the feeling in the last line. So you did. I guess you more went into this than I realized. That's what it means to be a bro. I'm glad you learned something. I didn't expect that from the youngest one here, did you? Oh, you didn't expect that from the youngest one here, did you? Yeah, I guess not. I decided to humor her with that last comment. I don't really care how old everyone is, but if Natsuki's feeling proud, then I won't take that away from her. Alright. Jordan's best girl, Yuri. Here we go. Yuri stares at the poem. A minute passes, more than enough time for her to finish reading. Oh. Sorry. I forgot to start speaking. Um, it's fine, don't force yourself. I'm not. I just need to put my thoughts into words. Hold on. Okay. It's your first time writing a poem, right? Yeah. Why do you ask? I'm just making sure. I guess that it might be after reading through. Ah, so it's that bad? No. Did I just raise my voice? I'm so sorry. Yuri buries her face in her hands. No, she didn't. I couldn't help but notice that it's been several minutes and we haven't really gotten anywhere. It might take Yuri a while to get used to new people. It's fine. I really didn't notice. What were you saying? Right. It's just that there are specific writing habits that are usually typical of new writers. And having been through that myself, I kinda learned to pick up on them. I think the most notable thing I recognize with new writers is that they try to make their style very deliberate. 1 second, I'm gonna get a drink of water. Hydration. Okay. In other words, they tend to pick a writing style separate from the topic matter, and they form fit the two together. The end result is that both the style and the expressiveness are weakened. Once Yuri finds her train of thought, it's as if her demeanor totally changes. Her stammering is completely gone, and she sounds like an expert. Of course, that's not something you can be blamed for. There are many different styles and techniques that go into writing a simple poem. Not just finding them and building them, but getting them to work together is probably the most challenging part. What was that? It might take you some time, but it all comes with practice, and learning by example, and trying new things. I also hope that everyone else in the club gives you valuable feedback. Natsuki can be a little bit biased, though. Based. Based Natsuki. She's pretty based in this playthrough, not gonna lie. She got the deep voice. Biased how? Well, never mind. I shouldn't be talking about people like that. Sorry. It's fine. I'm not sure if Yuri is apologizing to herself, to me, or to Natsuki. Do you mind if I read your poem now? Please do. I'd love to share my thought process behind it. Yuri smiles dreamily, as if that's a rare opportunity for her. Which itself is kind of funny. After all, isn't this supposed to be the literature club? Ghost under the light. The tendrils of my hair illuminate beneath the amber glow, bathing. It must be this one, the last remaining streetlight to have withstood the test of time. The last yet to be replaced by the sickening blue-green hue of the future. I bathe, calm, breathing air of the present but living in the past. The light flickers, I flicker back. I'm sorry, I have such terrible handwriting. What? I wasn't thinking that, but it took you a long time to read. Well, it's just I don't read script very often. I actually think your handwriting is pretty. That's a relief. Also, I like the poem. Even though it's short, it was really descriptive. It wasn't too short? I usually write longer poems. Not at all. I'm really glad you liked it. I'll be honest. Since our first time sharing, I wanted to write something more mild. Something easy to digest, I suppose. Are you into ghosts? Actually, the story isn't about a ghost at all. Really? I must have totally missed the point. Well, I suppose you did only glance over it after all. But remember that poets often express their own thoughts, feelings, and experiences in their work. They usually do more than tell a simple story, or paint a picture. In this case, perhaps, the subject of the poem is only being symbolically compared to the ghost, lingering in her last remaining place of comfort, unable to let go of the past, and soon to be left with nothing. I thought somebody was calling me, and then I waited for them to stop calling, whatever they were calling. Sorry about that. It's a lot more solemn putting it that way. I hadn't even thought of that. That's impressive. It's nothing really. Well, makes me happy that you think that. Just remember that it won't be long before you pick up on these things too. Yeah, maybe you're right. I guess I'll have to keep trying. I'm counting on you. Last but not least, Monica. Hi, Coffee. Having a good time so far? Yeah. Good. Glad to hear it. By the way, since you're new and everything, if you ever had any suggestions for the club, like new activities or things we can do better, I'm always listening. Don't be afraid to bring things up, okay? Alright, I'll keep that in mind. Of course, I'll be afraid to bring things up. I'm much better off just going with the flow until I'm more settled in. Anyway, want to share your poem with me? It's kind of embarrassing, but I guess I have to. Don't worry. We're all a little embarrassed today, you know? But that's the sort of barrier we'll all learn to get past soon. Yeah, that's true. I hand Monica my poem. Mm-hmm. I like it. Really? It's a lot cuter than I expected. Oh, jeez. No. It kind of makes me think like something not cute, right? And she's a good writer, too. So take that as a compliment. If you say so. Yep. There are a lot of poems and stories out there that are no more than a few simple words. They can be funny, endearing, or even sad. And sometimes they're only a few lines long. They might even feel like they were written for kids, but if you think about them, they can express different views of the world that would apply to anybody. I see. So you're saying Natsuki's kind of like that? Sort of. Maybe she's not an expert, but you probably won't find very much filler in her poems. They might be easy to write, but they're super challenging to get the meaning through. So I can see why why it would be your kind of poem to explore. I'm sure I'll end up trying different things a lot. Yeah. Could take a while before I feel comfortable doing this. That's okay. I'd love to see you try new things. It's the best way to find the kind of style that suits you. Their own kind of styles. But I'll always help you find what suits you the most. So don't force yourself to write the same way, or to write the way everyone else wants you to write. It's not like you have to worry about impressing them or anything. Based Monica. Uh-huh. Uh-huh. Anyway, do you want to read my poem now? Don't worry, I'm not very good. You sound pretty confident for someone who claims to not be very good. Monica's a criminal. Well, that's because I have to sound confident. Doesn't mean that I always feel that way, you know? I see. Well, let's read it then. Hole in the wall. It couldn't have been me. See the direction the spackle protrudes, the noisy neighbor, an angry boyfriend. I'll never know. I wasn't home. I'll peer inside for a clue. No, I can't see. I reel, blind, like a film left out in the sun. But it's too late. My retina's already scorched by a permanent copy of the meaningless image. It's just a little hole. It wasn't too bright. It was too deep, stretching forever into everything. A hole of infinite choices. I realize now I wasn't looking in. I was looking out, and he, on the other side, was looking in. Oh no. The first poem. So, what do you think? It's very freeform. That's what you call it? Sorry, I'm not the right person to ask for feedback. It's okay. Yeah, that kind of style has gotten pretty popular nowadays. That is, a lot of poems have been putting emphasis on the timing between words and lines. When performed out loud, it can be really powerful. What was the inspiration behind this one? Well, I'm not sure how to put it. I guess you could say I had some kind of epiphany recently. It's been kind of influencing my poems a lot. An epiphany? Yeah, something like that. I'm kind of nervous to talk about deep stuff like that because it's coming on strongly. Maybe after everyone's better friends with each other. Anyway, here's Monica's writing tip of the day. Sometimes when you're writing a poem or a story, your brain gets too fixated on a specific point. If you try so hard to make it perfect, then you'll never make progress. Just force yourself to write something on paper and tidy it up later. Another way to think about it is this. If you keep your pen on the same spot for too long, you'll get a big dark puddle of ink. So just move your hand and go with the flow. That's my advice today. Thanks for listening. I guess that's everyone. Glance around the room. It's a little more stressful than I anticipated. It's as if everyone is judging me for my mediocre writing abilities. Even if they're just being nice, there's no way my poems can stand up to theirs. This is a literature club after all. I sigh. I did it again. I should have just sighed. I guess that's what ended up. I guess that's what I ended up getting myself into. It's because I tried to do the sigh right after and be slick. Imagine. Across the room, Sayori and Monica are happily chatting. My eyes land on Yuri and Natsuki. They gingerly exchange sheets of paper sharing their respective poems. As they read in tandem, I watch each of their expressions change. Natsuki's eyebrows furrow in frustration. Meanwhile, Yuri smiles sadly. What's with this language? Did you say something? Oh, no, it's nothing. Natsuki dismissively returns the poem to the desk with one hand. I guess you can say it's fancy. Thanks. Yours is cute. Cute? Did you completely miss the symbolism or something? It's clearly about the feeling of giving up. How can that be cute? I know that. I just meant the language, I guess. I was trying to say something nice. You mean you have to try that hard to come up with something nice to say? Thanks, but it didn't really come out nice at all. Well, I do have a couple of suggestions. If I was looking for suggestions, I would have asked somebody who actually liked it. Which people did, by the way. Sayori liked it, and Coffee did too. Based on that, I'll gladly give you some suggestions of my own. First of all, excuse me? I appreciate the offer, but I spent a long time establishing my writing style. I don't expect it to change anytime soon, unless, of course, I come across something particularly inspiring. Which I haven't yet. And Coffee liked my poem too, you know. He even told me he was impressed by it. Natsuki suddenly stands up. Oh? I didn't realize you were so invested in trying to impress our new member, Yuri. That's not what you're just... Yuri stands up as well. Maybe you're just jealous that Coffee appreciates my advice more than he appreciated yours. Huh? And how do you know he didn't appreciate my advice more? Are you that full of yourself? No. If I was full of myself, I would deliberately go out of my way to make everything I do overly cutesy. Ugh. Is everyone okay? Well, you know what? I wasn't the one whose boobs magically grew a size larger as Coffee started showing up. Natsuki. Natsuki, that's a little... This doesn't involve you. Should just read that in my voice to combine the two, but it doesn't matter. Let's just leave that as Natsuki. It's fine. I don't like fighting, guys. Suddenly, both girls turned towards me. It's as if they just noticed I was standing there. Coffee? She's trying to make me look bad. It's not true. She started it. She can get over herself and learn to appreciate that simple writing is more effective. And this wouldn't have happened in the first place. What's the point of making your poems all convoluted for no reason? The meaning should jump out at the reader, not force them to have to figure it out. Help me explain that to her. Wait. There's a reason we have so many deep and expressive words in our language. It's the only way to convey complex feelings and meaning that most effectively. Avoiding them is not only unnecessarily limiting yourself, it's also a waste. You understand that, right? Natsuki demon mode, yes. Well, every time it's Natsuki and someone, I'm reading the voice that's most fun. Like, someone and someone, reading the voice that's most fun. How did I get dragged into this in the first place? It's not that I know anything about writing, but whomever I agree with, they'll probably think more highly of me. So of course that's gonna be, help me, please, Sayori. Natsuki glares at me, drying up any words I had in my mouth. So instead I turn to Yuri. But Yuri's expression is also so defenseless that I can't bring myself to say anything to her. Sayori! Eh? Yeah. Everyone's fighting and making Sayori uncomfortable. How can the two of you keep fighting when you know you're making your friend feel like this? Coffee Well, that's her problem, isn't it? This isn't about her. I agree. It's unfair for others to interject their own feelings into our conflict. Yeah, unless Sayori wants to tell Yuri what a stuck-up jerk she's being. She would never. It's your immaturity that's made her upset in the first place. Excuse me? Are you listening to yourself? This is exactly why nobody likes you. Oh, not the you. She didn't say you. My bad. Exactly why nobody likes. Stop! Natsuki, Yuri, you guys are my friends. I just want everyone to get along and be happy. My friends are wonderful people, and I love them because of their differences. Natsuki's poems, they're amazing because they give you so many feelings with just a few words. And Yuri's poems are amazing because they paint beautiful pictures in your head. Everyone's so talented. So why are we fighting? Because, well. Also, Natsuki's cute and there's nothing wrong with that. And Yuri's boobs are the same as they always were. What? I'm not reading that second. Big and beautiful. Okay. Sayori. Sayori stands up triumphantly. Monica stands behind her in a bewildered expression. I'll make some tea. Yuri rushes off. Natsuki sits down with a blank expression on her face, staring at nothing. So this is why Sayori's vice president. I whisper to Monica. She nods in return. To be honest, I might come off as a good leader, and I can organize things, but I'm not very good with people. I couldn't even bring myself to interject. As president, that's kind of embarrassing to me. Nah, not like I can blame you. I wasn't able to say anything either. Well, I guess that means Sayori's just amazing in her own ways, isn't she? You could say that. She might be an airhead, but sometimes it's weirdly suspicious that she knows exactly what she's doing. I see. Take good care of her, okay? I would hate to see yourself get hurt. Monica S. That makes two of us. You can count on me. Monica smiles sweetly at me, causing my stomach to knot. Such a genuine person really does make a good president, regardless of what she says. If only I can get the chance to talk to her a little more. Okay, everyone. It's just about time for us to leave. Someone's approaching. A challenger awaits. How did you all feel about sharing poems? It was a lot of fun. Well, I'd say it was worth it. It was alright. Well, mostly. Coffee, how about you? Yeah, I'd say the same. It was a neat thing to talk about with everyone. Awesome! In that case, we'll do the same thing tomorrow. And maybe you learned something from your friends too. So your poems will turn out even better. I think to myself, did I learn more about the kinds of poems everyone likes? With any luck, that means I can at least do a better job impressing those I want to impress. I nod to myself with newfound determination. Ready to walk home? Sure, let's go. Sayori beams at me. It truly has been a while since Sayori and I have spent this much time together. I can't really say I'm not enjoying it either. Sayori, about what happened earlier. What do you mean? You know, between Yuri and Natsuki. Does that kind of thing happen often? No. It's really the first time I've seen them fight like that. I promise they're both wonderful people. You don't hate them, do you? No, I don't hate them. Just wanted your opinion, that's all. I can see why they make good friends. Good friends with you. You know, it's nice that I get to spend time with you in this club. But I think seeing you get along with everyone is what makes me the happiest. And I think everyone really likes you too. That's... Every day is going to be so much fun. Looks like Sayori still hasn't caught into the kind of situation I am in. Sure, being friends with everyone is nice, but do I really need to stop there? Wow. We'll just have to see what the future holds, Sayori. I pat Sayori on the shoulder. Said that more to myself than her, but it's easy to use Sayori as an internal monologue sometimes. Okay. Yeah, let's do this. I am gonna stop it there because my voice is fucking dying. So I'm gonna pause, save to slot 1. Then we're gonna head to main menu. And we're gonna see what the fuck we got. Exit DDLC and return to desktop. Yeah! The metaverse. No way! No way! They took this from... That shit said metaverse. It says metaverse! That's an Elon reference. And this came out before Elon announced it. That's crazy. What do we have for side stories? Pictures? Like, I want to change it to somebody like Monica or, you know, them. Or you could change it to poems too. This would be sick. You could change to the scenes. Sketch of Sayori's initial character design. The music stopped, which is kind of mad. Like, I kind of wish it didn't, but... Nah, we gotta keep it as metaverse, don't we? Hell yeah. Trophy error. Why trophy error? Okay. Okay. Trophy error. Imagine. It's the poem writing music. I like the music in this game. This one they were fighting. Daijoubu. I forget if this has vocals. I think it does. No? Oh no. I think it's just the new producer. Well, interesting. We're in the metaverse, guys. And I think that's the perfect way to find, like, to end off this first stream. This will actually be one that continues, because I want to do this, and I want to get better at the voices, so hopefully my voice gets less shaky while we're doing these. And that'll be great. But thanks for watching, and catch you later in the next one. Bye-bye.